I have had the privilege of showing different people throughout my mansion. Little did we know, they were past employees of the Clovis Sanitarium. And they got to explain some of the truths and experiences that they had while they worked here at the Clovis Sanitarium. And when you worked here, this was a storage room.
Right. We had shelves that run this way.
Okay.
We also had refrigerators and deep freeze in here.
So this was like a big pantry.
Right.
More or less, huh?
Right.
Now, what was upstairs where all the bedrooms were when you worked
upstairs?
here? Yeah, upstairs.
Nobody ever went up there because they weren't able to, footage-wise, they couldn't. They would stumble or fall.
Sure, going up and down the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, this was a kitchen itself.
So you were in here a lot.
Yes. And this was where we stored some foods, but not that many.
And then, did you guys use this
That
room?
is where the dirty dishes, the carts would come up, back up, and the dishwasher would take each tray and clean it, wash it, put it through the dishwasher. This is the hospital wing, and most of the time it was completely full. I think we had around 54 residents here. And this was the nurse's station.
Okay.
Where they passed out the meds and things like that.
Okay.
And usually they put the patients that was the sickest closest to the nurse's station so they could watch them.
So probably a lot of the patients walked around here with walkers.
Oh yes, wheelchairs.
Lots of wheelchairs. So yeah, it's just amazing. I wish I could see what you saw back then, you know? Because obviously you can visualize the nurses walking back and forth, going from room to room, helping patients walking up and down the hallways.
Well, and they'd sit out in the hall and chit-chat with each other, or they could go up and sit in the dining rooms.
Okay.
And they'd have entertainment for them.
Okay.
We had local people that would come in, play the piano, and then they'd get them to singing and just doing a lot of different things.
Yeah.
I don't remember them doing any crafts or anything like that like a lot of them do today.
Okay.
But no, they had people that would come and entertain. I know Mr. Austin, Glenn Austin, used to come when I worked here. He was one of my neighbors, and he loved to come and do it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
So he played the piano?
He played piano, and he knew all the old songs and everything. So he really enjoyed coming.
Good. I'm sure the patients really appreciated that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice. What did you do when you were here?
I was a certified nursing assistant.
Certified nursing assistant. So you helped the patients.
Correct. I'm not too sure, but it was the late 80s, early 90s.
Okay. And so when you were here, what was the name of the facility?
Clovis Nursing Home.
Clovis Nursing Home.
Correct.
Okay. And from what I understand, you worked here only for about a month.
Correct. That's about all I could handle.
That's all you could handle?
Yes.
Would you say you're a sensitive person, not meaning emotionally, but are you sensitive meaning with the paranormal, if you believe in any of that?
I wasn't into it too much. I'm not really sensitive, I guess you could say, but after working here for a month, ended that.
That was enough.
That was enough. I worked the night shift, and it was just I told them that between trying to take care of the residents, and we had some real sick residents, and having to deal with all this extra activity, I couldn't deal with it anymore.
You said there was extra activity, and so you mainly worked in the hospital wing in the back of this building?
Yes.
Okay.
That was our major point.
Okay.
They'd have to come up here, up the ramp, to the wheelchairs were all lined up in the section back here.
Oh, so they housed wheelchairs up here?
We had the wheelchairs up here, and we would have to come up, and you know the stairs out there that were going up, well, lights would flicker on and off, and the door would open and shut, and yet there's nobody there. That's one of the incidents.
Sure. And so that was in this hallway right out here?
Correct.
What else do you remember?
Oh, it never ceased to fail more than once a week, the alarms would go off at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. The fire doors would shut, and the fire department had to come out. We'd go through the whole house, and there'd be nothing. And they were not very happy about it, but they, you know, they did have to come out. Yeah, that would go on so many times.
Really?
And there was only 4 of us working at night at that particular time. The nurse and myself and 2 other aides, and we were all down on the floor.
Yeah.
So, you know, those things happen.
Sure. So while you were down in the hospital wing, this was all it was dark up here in the mansion?
Yes, we did have a light we turned on, and we
Okay.
could come up, you know, to get the wheelchairs, because we had to wash the wheelchairs in the bathroom down there.
Okay. And so you probably didn't like coming up here?
No,
No.
not at all. Not at all.
Is there a story I heard that something about the smells from the kitchen?
Yes, we were, about 3 or 4 times we would be sitting at the nurse's station or working on the floor. We could smell bacon or food cooking in the kitchen, be totally dark in the middle of the night, and there'd be food cooking. That's what we smelled.
Wow.
And
So who was cooking the food?
have no idea.
So you would come up and investigate?
The first time we did, we made sure the doors were locked.
Okay.
Everything was locked up. It was all totally dark, and we didn't have a key to go in there. At least that's what I was told. There was no key to go in there.
Right.
And there was nobody in there.
Nobody in there.
No,
And you
just-
could you hear anybody?
You could hear like dishes rattling and again smelling the food cooking, and yet there was nobody there.
Wow.
It was just, and we did eat one time in the break room, and while we were sitting there, the doorknob turned and the door started shaking, and it's been so many years, but somehow I think it goes down into the basement, if I remember correctly. In the basement, I wouldn't even go near the basement.
You didn't like
the
the
others did, and I've heard stories about it. I wouldn't even go near the basement at all.
Wow.
Gone to the laundry room when the laundry room used to be out in the back there. We'd have to go out at night and do the laundry. You stand there and you see a man looking out the window upstairs on the 3rd floor out at us watching us.
Really?
And there's one other incident that I had to deal with was where the ice machine used to be. I don't know if it's still there.
It's not there, but I remember it's in the new wing down in the back.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, the hospital wing, there was a section off of the ice machine. Well, there's a door that you had to lock. I would lock that door, and I'd go back and be unlocked. And I'd lock that door again, go back and be unlocked. Finally, one day, close to the end of the month, this is why I left.
Yeah.
I locked the door, walked a few steps, turned around, and this man came through and headed for the basement, disappeared. And that's when I left. I couldn't deal with it.
Really?
That's my extent of the incidents.
Do you remember what the man looked like?
No.
No.
It shocked me, so I could see the form, the outline, but that was it. That was the end of it. I can't deal with this anymore, and I did leave. I went to another facility.
And these are the doors that would shut automatically when the fire alarm would go off for no reason?
Yes.
So these would,
Shut.
everything would slam?
Slam, and then I'm pretty sure that door up there,
There used to be a door up there, yes.
that one you opened, or if going back, I'm pretty sure that one would close too.
Okay.
It was a big door, if I remember right. Well, you know how it sounds when those big fire doors slam shut,
Right.
you know, at 2 and 2 o'clock in the morning.
Sure.
A lot of times we'd be in the rooms
And the door
because we
would
had to
shut.
have make rounds every 2 hours. Or
Right.
some residents would have to be every hour, so we would have to make rounds. We'd be in the room, and boom, the alarm would go out, the slamming of those fire doors, and off we go.
Oh, no.
One lady, the family dropped her off and never came back for her, and she did a lot of screaming.
Really?
Dropped her off. I don't remember her name, but I can see her, still see her, because I remember how heartbroken she was, you know, devastated and everything. But
Wow.
they just brought her down to this room and said, "Oh, we'll be back for you," and off they went and never came back. Never heard from her.
And it was a room right up here?
Yeah, it was in that last.
The very first room down there?
Yeah.